What's up, family? Get this video a big thumbs up. So this is huge for the Fever, like absolutely huge. If you guys don't know, like this is one of the biggest things that could possibly happen to the Indiana Fever, and this is the hiring of their new president. The Indiana Fever for their new president hired Kelly Skrodoff. I think I said the name right. I don't know how to pronounce that, but I'll figure it out sometime in the stage of life. But she's going to be very relevant to the old Indiana Fever. She was the first female assistant GM in the NBA. And not only that, if you don't know, she was the Indiana Fever's GM president for all of her success. 8 straight playoffs, 13 in total. She was the president that drafted Tamika Catchings, that had all of that. Team built the 2020-12 championship team. And then hilariously, this is how bad the WNBA was. It was considered a promotion to go to the Fever, to the Pacers esports team. And then she went to hold up, fam, let me find it. She went to the NBA 2K. She went to work for the 2K league, and that was seen as an up, and that was seen as a promotion on the WNBA, or from a W or on the WNBA standpoint, or however you want to put it, perspective. She then got hired by the Indiana Pacers, which is massive. So obviously you can see right here, um, you can see right here, um, she was in the franchise from 2018 to 2019. Well, she was in the franchise from, I'm gonna put this. She was in the franchise from, she joined the Indiana Pacers in 2018, and she started her new position in 2019. She's with the Indiana Fever from 2000 to 2017, and she played significant roles for 3 gold-winning United States women national basketball teams that won 2004, 2008, and 2012. So before she joined the Pacers, I don't know, it was in the middle that she joined the 2K League, and Kelly Skrodoff, who shaped the Indiana Fever into one of the the WNBA's winning franchises as a president and GM, will return, as you see here, family, will return to the Indiana Fever. And she will be as a president of basketball and business operations when the 2024 season concludes. The Fever's minutes today, she led the franchise from 2000 to until 2018. She left to become the patient assistant general manager. They're now mentioned at 2K League as a 2K person. WNBA and Fever has always been a part of me. Uh, they always have been a part of me, and it is truly a privilege to be asked to return to this league as the unprecedented time to grow, or a precedented time of growth in the women's basketball. As you see here, family, she had mentioned this in her quote, and that's what Skrodoff said. And she wants to thank Kevin Perchich for asking her to join his management staff 6 years ago. There's no doubt that the experience served her and as well into her next chapter. So the Fever are going to be running like a real organization. So we're done with sides, and days numbers. Size, Chrissy size days, I guess, in my opinion, she should count her days. Um, I doubt she's going to fire Leon Dunn. I really doubt that. If you don't know, Leon Dunn was the coach. Leon Dunn was the coach. If you look at some of the stuff with Leon Dunn, she traded basically their whole team to get 4 picks in the first round of the 2022 draft. It's comical, some of the stuff Leon Dunn has done for the Fever. But yeah, that is that, and it's very interesting signing and hiring right there. But it's going to be important because you're going to be seeing you're going to see the Fever be ran a little bit better, and it's like, look, you don't get that job with the Pacers unless you're competent, or at least competent, from what I believe. And you obviously don't, maybe if you wouldn't be the best, you may have gotten promoted to GM. But like at the end of the day, getting on an NBA GM job is crazy. Heck, even being an assistant GM job, a GM is impressive. I wonder what this means for Lynn Dunn. Hopefully retire. She's getting ready to go back into retirement. I think she might be, and I think she really might be. I think she was there just to, I don't know, she was just going to be there for a short term, and maybe she can be done. No pun intended. I do hope Lynn is done. at the end of the season is a great rehire. This is good for the Fever fans. And was she any good? They made the playoffs 12 years, and I think it was 8 years in a row, which I don't believe NBA record also experienced with the Pacers can be beneficial in building um around Caitlyn's, and Caitlyn being the point guard in the Indiana Fever, as we all know, and Tyrese, and who likes to play fast as well. That's actually something I don't realize. Like the Pacers right now, or the Pacers building off of Tyrese Halberton. So she definitely has like some form of like like she got something. So they got some form of scouting, I should say, from Kelsey Skronoff experience with the Pacers and so forth. Um, and they got some form of algorithm that is out there trying to find whether it's the it be college players, whether it be guys overseas in the NBA, whether it be guys in the league. So to try to find the perfect players to fit in with Tyrese Halliburton, but you got that now. So you got those type of players. They exist. They exist in the WNBA. And if you're getting higher and coming in as a president of basketball operations, you want to hire a GM that obviously is the same. Um, same within recruiting individuals with the Indiana Pacers in the NBA, like Tyrese Herberton or Halberton, however you say his name. You want to get that same or similar enough philosophy to you. And if you got Caitlin Clark, that is the philosophy built around her, obviously. But for me, what I'm doing is I'm looking um I'm looking to the continent like Europe. Like we saw there are more players, and like we saw even the young players come up. And we saw that Leah Larkin did in the Olympics. Like she is an athletic, rangy guard. And we've seen so many other players that are just they have that athleticism. Like I would really like to sign to John Salon's sister, Janelle Salon. Like she is, I know she plays in French. I mean France. I say French. Sorry, family. Which can make things very awkward. And I also love how when you type in her name on Google, a picture of Gabby Williams come up. In fairness, they do look kind of alike, but not kind of. They really look alike. But she would really be a good addition. She's like a 3 through 5 that can play as a mobile 5 and could probably play as a 3. Um, and not the greatest shooter in the world, but she got that athleticism profile. She got that athletic profile that will fit the Indiana Fever need, like someone along those lines that exist in Europe, they exist in college, and I would really like to see. I wouldn't mind seeing people start, especially when it comes to women basketball. Whereas like if you're in South Carolina, you can automatically be drafted, or if you're in UConn, you're pretty much automatically drafted if you're any good in the first round. And I would love to see maybe if it's not a first round pick, using some second round picks, maybe third round picks going into small colleges and trying to find players. Like, for example, I know she's obviously not doing great in the WNBA, but she was a top 5 pick. Lou Lopez, Sancha. Lou was balling when she was in Ireland. She was balling in Ireland. She was balling in Fairfield. And she was on no radar whatsoever. She transferred to UConn, was no radars page, but gets injured. She becomes a top 5 pick. It's like those players like that exist in a lot of small colleges. I really do hope to see the Fever start to do what the NBA is doing or doing, where they're looking at the player, not where they play. Like you seeing where you saw it like in playing as an XYZ in college, but it's like, no, they are legit. Like John Morant, whatever. Um, he was in Murray State. Correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm always open to the possibility of being wrong. And it's like, oh no, it doesn't matter that he's in Murray State. And in women's basketball, if someone was the equivalent of what Murray State was doing, that player wouldn't have been freaking drafted because they didn't go to a UConn, they didn't go to a South Carolina, or they didn't happen to go to like a freaking Iowa or Iowa State or any of these big colleges. But yeah, this is a great hire and a really, really good hire for the Indiana Fever family. And touch, Chrissy Size is going to be gone because, you know, Look forward to the video after this, family, where I do a breakdown on Christie's sides, and was like all over the place with her tactics. Um, watching back to most of the game, her tactics was all over the place in regards of the Fever playing badly their first game against the Connecticut Suns in the playoffs, obviously, this 2024 year, 2 days ago. And she didn't help them in any way. So, yeah, family, that's the video. That concludes the video. Get this video a big thumbs up. Comment down below your perspective, your insight. Do you feel like this is a good fit for the Indiana Fever, as she will be the president of basketball operations? That was announced yesterday morning. But anyway, family, on that note, peace.